Peace be upon you and enjoy watching. The movie begins with Brodie the pilot, who is in a rush to get to the airport. The reason for his delay is that he's a troublemaker who got into a fight with a passenger and even hit him. This isn't the first time. He often causes problems with the flight attendants he works with. As Brodie enters the airport, he makes a video call to his daughter while also going through security checks to catch his flight in time. His daughter tells him she wants to spend her birthday on the island of Hawaii and insists that he must not miss New Year's Eve this year because she wants to spend it with him. Brodie assures her that he'll be there and hopes nothing comes up to delay him. He manages to catch his flight just in time and learns from his assistant, Dele, that the flight marshal hasn't boarded yet. They discuss the flight, and Dele says the weather is very bad, which might make things difficult. As they talk, the flight marshal arrives and tells them that their plane, Trailblazer 119, will be flying to Tokyo with only 14 passengers on board. Brodie sees on the monitor that their route is filled with clouds and suggests taking a different route, but the flight marshal insists that no changes will be made. He says the weather will improve by the time they reach the area, the alternate route is longer, and the small number of passengers doesn't justify the detour. Eventually, Brodie and his assistant agree, despite preferring the safer route. Flight attendant Bonnie then comes to Brodie and tells him he's needed in the plane aisle. There, he meets a marshal escorting a handcuffed man named Louis, a convicted murderer being transported to Tokyo. Brodie is very concerned because if passengers find out, panic could spread. He asks the marshal to sit in the back of the plane with Louis, promising to stay beside them at all times. After dealing with the situation, Brodie talks to the other flight attendants on duty, Isabella and Maria. Maria wishes the passengers a happy new year, and we see the passengers' faces, including a hot-tempered businessman named Sinclair, and a couple of passengers complaining about the plane's condition. Brodie reassures them that the plane is fine and they'll be safe. Among the passengers are an influencer named Bree and her friend Katie, who have a seat dispute because the marshal and Louis are sitting in their seats. Maria moves them to another spot. While taking a selfie, Louis appears in the background and tells them to delete it. Once everyone is settled, Brodie gives a briefing and makes a small joke to lighten the mood before takeoff. Everything seems to be going smoothly. The attendants serve passengers and the pilots chat, but things soon take a turn. A storm hits just as expected, and Brodie asks passengers to fasten their seatbelts. He tries to contact air traffic control but gets no response. The storm worsens and lightning strikes the plane, causing severe turbulence. Brodie leaves his seat to calm the passengers and tells them they'll be fine, asking attendants to ensure no one unbuckles their seatbelt. Another bolt of lightning hits even harder, and Brodie injures his head but ignores it. He returns to the cockpit, but now the plane loses power completely. No electricity, no communication, and heavy rain affecting visibility. The pilots try to pick up a signal, but have no luck. They make a snap decision to land the plane at the nearest possible location. Bonnie informs passengers of the power outage and instructs them not to move. Using a gyroscope device, the crew searches for a safe landing spot. As the plane shakes, the marshal's phone falls. He tries to retrieve it despite warnings. A bolt of lightning hits the plane again, throwing him into the plane wall and killing him instantly. Bonnie witnesses this and tries to keep the passengers calm despite the horror. In the cockpit, the pilots finally find a suitable landing spot but have only 3 minutes before the engines fail. Every second counts. Through violent shaking, Brodie manages to land the plane in a forest. The wings hit trees violently, but thankfully they land safely. Everyone breathes a sigh of relief and celebrates survival. They find themselves on an island and leave the marshal's body inside the plane. Brodie suspects they may be near the Philippines. At dawn, everyone is relatively safe and calm. Meanwhile, the airline's CEO holds an emergency meeting to determine what happened to Trailblazer 119. A former Special Forces officer named Scarsdale is assigned to lead the rescue mission. Scarsdale scolds the marshal for not following Brodie's original safer plan. The rescue team last tracked the plane near Manila, but the signal was lost. They strategize how to pinpoint the plane's location. Back at the plane, Brodie tells the passengers to trust him. The plan is to fix the plane while the rescue team provides cover, since it would take a full day for another plane to arrive. Yunmar's men arrive and open fire. A passenger is injured. Another battle erupts. Brodie attempts to fix the plane, gets shot in the leg, but keeps going. He informs HQ he will fly the plane. The airline's CEO opposes it, but Scarsdale supports the decision. The rescue team and Louis provide cover for the passengers to board. Brodie repairs the plane. Everyone boards except Louis and the rescue team. Louis, knowing he'd face prison if he returned, takes the gang's money and escapes. Yunmar tries to shoot the plane with an RPG, but Louis shoots him first, saving the plane. Brodie takes off and lands safely at a nearby airport. The danger is over. The passengers cheer their brave captain who saved them all. We see them leaving the plane, happy and relieved. Like the video if you enjoyed it, my friend, and don't forget to share your opinion in the comments and suggest what you'd like next.